I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire for the week of April 11th to April 16th.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.
All right, if you want to support us, the best way to support us is to join Phetasy.com. And guess what? You can join annually now, and you get 2 months free to get all the unedited dumpster fires. So support us, Phetasy.com. Keep us independent. Keep us churning out the goods for your viewing pleasure. Breaking news. We interrupt this coverage of the police shooting that interrupted the coverage of the protests of the police shooting that interrupted the coverage of the trial of the police shooting to bring you another mass shooting which overshadowed the previous mass shooting in Colorado, which interrupted the coverage of the mass shooting in Atlanta. Get your shit together, America! I'm glad we're opening back up. Nature is healing. America is going on shooting sprees again. This is what happens when you lock people up in front of their doom boxes. They've been stockpiling guns for a year and looking at all of the divisive algorithms, and now here we are. What did we think when we had these bots and media, foreign bots, media algorithms trying to divide us? When they let us out of our prisons, we'd all just be holding hands and doing freaking skipping around? No, I can't wait to leave my house finally and get shot, because that's what we have to look forward to now that we're opened up. But seriously, people, stop killing each other. Is that so much to ask? Apparently it is. International terrorists are watching this and they're like, let's not interrupt them. It's that famous quote, when your enemy, do not interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. We're putting good terrorists out of work, but actually, maybe it's just us bringing back jobs.
Oh, boy.
In a good way, it's like we're not outsourcing our terrorism. Domestic terrorists were like, they took our jobs. And we're bringing the jobs back home. We're bringing them back. That's our Dirk opening. How did you like it? Please tell Maggie in the comments.
Thanks for all the Bible verses, by the way.
You're welcome. I felt like you needed a little God in your life after all those rape jokes.
Thank you. My soul was purified.
She reads them at night before bed.
Dumpster fire for president. People are leaving the political parties.
One of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
Google gobble. One of us. One of us. Leave the parties, please. Independence all around. Everybody abandon their parties and join us. Join us as the politically homeless tribe that will save America from itself.
She's now a prophet.
I got a little big on my britches after that clip from when I was on Malice went around.
My question is, how quickly would he be banned from Twitter if he lost the presidency?
I'm like, I'm a prophet. Gets one thing right.
Then we have Old in Chief. Biden to withdraw U.S. forces from Afghanistan by 9/11/2021.
9/11, eh? See? We are bringing the terrorism jobs back home.
Oh, boy.
At least we're defunding the world police. I feel like that's progress. I'm all for that. And if we didn't do that, we might as well just make Afghanistan our 51st state and call it a frickin' day, since we've been there for like 30 years.
BDE award. Man in Minnesota walks up to Sarah Snyder from CNN and tells them to get away from here with all that media.
Y'all need to get up out of here with all that twisting up the media ass shit. Y'all doing all the extra shit for the backhand shit to make people look all crazier than what the fuck they are.
This anonymous man who did not want to be identified is the hero America needs. He sees the problem, and it's you, media. You that's there dividing us, making it look worse than it is, making this all turn into a race war that you're fueling with your gasoline on top of fire, and we're all drowning in gasoline.
And fire.
And
So
burning
much
alive while we
gasoline.
drown in gasoline and fire. And it's riot season because BLM needs to fundraise.
for more houses.
Heyo.
We'll get there too.
I so wanted to make that joke, even though it's so inappropriate. I believe in their message. I just don't always agree with the tactics.
Yeah.
I love this guy. He was right. He's right. Get the fuck out of here, CNN and Fox and all you douchebags who lie to us and pull the wool over our eyes and scare us into staying in our houses or leaving our houses or turning everything into a fucking political fight that we need to have. Every piece of clothing, every stupid potato head, everything. Leave the parties, turn off the fucking cable news, and join us. One of us.
As we dance in the streets.
One of us. I would like to remind you to touch my bells and buttons. Like, subscribe, and comment. And tell Maggie all the things you like about her. Give her some mantras.
All right. Then we have what is happening. For the first time, scientists have created embryos that are part human and part monkey.
Did we not just talk about Planet of the Apes last week around here?
We're really not sure at all what sort of organism we have created.
This is exactly how you end up staring into the dead eyes of a man monkey as your last sight before the life gets strangled out of you on Earth.
Is it a human? Is it a monkey? Is it something in between?
All I'm saying is I'm a prophet, and I'm starting a cult. Go to Phetasy.com if you want to support my cult. We are starting a motherfucking cult, all right? And this cult is going to be the cult that saves America. Because if there's one thing cults are known for, it's saving lives.
Tell us in the comments what Cousin Maggie's cult name should be.
Stop it! Stop it!
This is my favorite ongoing joke of dumpster fire.
They do it. They do it. They do what you tell them to.
Because I am a born cult leader.
Damn you, Bridget.
Okay, moving on to Never Woke Enough. BBC diversity chief says Idris Elba's TV detective show Luther isn't black enough to be real.
I thought this was a joke. This is actually racist because I believe they said that it was because he didn't have any black friends and didn't eat any Caribbean food, which seems hella racist.
Yeah, right?
Why are we defining people by the color of their friends and the kind of food they're eating? Everything is getting so dumb. Everyone is so dumb.
If a white person said, "Oh, all black people have to eat Caribbean food," they would be like, "Racist." That's a racist statement.
You'd be like, you know why I don't think he's black enough? Because I've never seen him eating fried chicken. You'd be like, you're a fucking racist, and that would be true.
Right.
It's all fucked up. The race wars are just used to divide us. Don't fall for the trap. The elites. The elites want us to fight.
I'm going to have to find some pictures to put who the elites are.
I'll leave that up to you, Sammy.
Sam, yeah, that's your wheelhouse.
Yeah,
right
Sam, you've got your finger on the pulse on who the elites are.
I can think of
I
two
can't wait to
names.
see.
Just want us to. It's the elite
gonna be-
version of bum fighting over and over again.
And we're the bums. Stop falling into that trap.
Capitalism always wins. BLM co-founder and self-described Marxist Patrice Khan-Coulor goes on a multi-million-dollar real estate buying binge.
I mean, I kind of love it. Good for her. Get all the property. I wish people would just be honest about it and say, I want power and money, you know? Just be like, you know what we want? We want power and money. Cool. Just go on your buying spree. What's funny is this is how Marxism generally ends up, which is with one person with a lot of land and a lot of money and a lot of other people with not very much. So it is kind of playing out the way it normally goes in the Marxist structure. And then Lisa Simpson came out against her and had a really great line that said her boots aren't on the ground, her feet are in a pedicure bowl.
But y'all out here buying properties with the money of the death of our children, well, I'm here to tell them your boots ain't on the ground, your boots in the pedicure bowl.
Lisa Simpson's son, Richard, was killed in Los Angeles in 2016 by the police. And they feel rightfully like, where is all the $90 million going that was donated? Because I don't see a lot of it going to a lot of these BLM community organizations. And so, yeah, there's a whole lot of interfighting going on in BLM trademark organization, as was bound to happen with that much money, because now you have like woke capital funding these things. It's not just individuals, it's like the institutional corporations are throwing money behind it. And this is a high stakes game, folks. And once again, they're all fighting amongst themselves, everybody in these different little tribes, divided, fighting with one another, when they all ostensibly have the same kind of, their hearts are all in the same place. And then the minute money gets in there, and yeah, she's on a little buying spree. But who knows where that money's coming from? Because she also has sold shows and written books and all this stuff. So I was like, who knows what revenue stream she has? Who cares? This is like capitalism always wins. Then she doubled down. It was like justifying why she decided to do this, because she has family and she still sees it as Marxism because she's taking care of her family.
The way that I live my life is in direct support to Black people, including my Black family members. I see my money as not my own. I see it as my family's money as well.
And I was like, you silly idiot.
Wow.
You should have not said anything and said, I have other revenue streams and this is none of your goddamn business. But because so many people in the community are calling her out, yeah, it's going to get ugly.
It's because of the hypocrisy of being a Marxist and then being like, oh, I'm going to buy some multi-million-dollar homes. Like, that is kind of the opposite.
But it's also kind of exactly how it ends up.
Yeah, always. But that's not the, like, idealism
Well,
behind
no,
it.
the money belongs to the people or some shit. But yeah, this is exactly why it doesn't work, and it never has, and it never will. And how many times do we need to try this and reiterate this fact before everybody understands that even though capitalism is imperfect, especially when cronyism gets involved, it's the best system we have, and it's lifted the most people out of poverty in the history of mankind, and it's a miracle. Okay.
And it always wins. And then Facebook is blocking links to the stories of her purchases, which is kind of fucked up as well. They're blocking links to the New York Post articles and the Daily Mail.
This shit just gets more terrifying every week. And they always have a good, pretty okay excuse. Like, oh, we don't like to tell people where celebrities live. And it's like, you can easily find this stuff out. You do this all the time. People are always posting.
Drive down Sunset and there's a stars map.
There was, you can get in a fucking bus in LA and they'll be like, that's where Ben Affleck just built his new $20 million Pacific Palisades mansion. And I don't know why the person talks that way.
Kylie Jenner shows off the Boring Company tunnel in Vegas.
This is the most boring example of rich people just thinking that something only they get to do is like mind-blowing.
Here we go, guys. Oh my God. Mom, put your seatbelt on.
Kylie taking this stupid ride that's like 5 miles an hour, and they took it into the tunnel and there's no emergency exits. It looks like a death trap. And then they put some like LED lights. The best part was just reading the comments from everybody roasting the Boring Company and Kylie Jenner and all of them for just being idiots. Oh, wow, it's a tunnel with TikTok lights. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Ooh, a tunnel. This is so innovative. How did you ever come up with this idea? Like, congratulations. You came up with a subway that's not as cool. It just all of them. The internet is really at its best when it's roasting someone.
Especially celebrities.
Someday I'm going to get roasted and I'm going to deserve it. And I need everybody to remind me that it's going to be hilarious.
Conspiracy Corner with Sammy Flaps and Folds.
Sammy. We need like a little jingle for like. We should get our composer
on it. Yeah.
Which conspiracy does Sam believe this week? Answer D, all of the above.
CNN staffer tells Project Veritas network played up COVID-19 death toll for ratings and pushed anti-Trump propaganda.
I mean,
is that really a conspiracy?
that's a fact.
Kind of like literally doesn't mean literally anymore. Conspiracy now means factually.
We've heard that CNN is the most trusted name in news, but a CNN director is on tape telling us that they're propaganda. This time, it's on tape.
James O'Keefe's been around forever, since like back in the Breitbart days. He's the one that brought down Acorn. He's got a long history of doing these undercover videos. When this came out, it was making the rounds. And then suddenly yesterday, Thursday, James got banned from Twitter for allegedly coming up with different false accounts and spreading and doing something else that's all bullshit.
But the video is what's disturbing. Is the staffers going on talking about how, like, oh, if it bleeds, it leads. We need to make the numbers higher. We need to do this. We need to do that.
COVID, gangbusters of ratings, right? Let's make it higher. Like, why isn't it high enough? It would make our point better if it was high. If it bleeds, it leads. Yeah.
It's amazing the douchey things guys will say to get some tail.
We got Trump out. If it wasn't for CNN, I don't know that Trump would have got voted out.
Even more terrifying is just James getting banned from Twitter. It's so blatant at this point. Oh, this doesn't fit the narrative. And what's funny is that in Breitbart's autobiography, he talks about how all of this kind of stuff of being able to reveal just pull back the curtain and reveal the narrative or the cathedral or the corporate press or whatever you want to call it. He was so optimistic about it. He was like, the internet is a level playing field and we're going to be able to show the truth and people will have a better vision. And at the end of the day, what he didn't really account for is my dog never fucking shutting up. He didn't account for all of the tech companies going woke and becoming authoritarians who want to control every single piece of freaking speech that is out there and control the dominant information that we're getting. Mm-hmm. And that is terrifying.
And then we have Pentagon reveals a COVID-19 microchip that can be implanted.
Stop feeding the conspiracy theorists.
I mean,
Sam,
ID 2020, microchips.
We didn't know if this was real because it ended up being a microchip that they're using for something else. And it is a microchip, but it doesn't test for COVID. Anyway.
It's not some dreaded government microchip to track your every move.
I don't know if it's true or not.
A tissue-like gel engineered to continuously test your blood.
And that's exactly what they want us to think.
It's a sensor. Put it underneath your skin.
There's an actual transmitter in that.
Yeah, it's like a check engine light.
And that's why it's in the conspiracy corner.
But anyway, Sam was right.
I was right.
We're all just figments of Sam's imagination.
Dumpster diving.
Before I give you my visual dumpster diving interpretive dance, I would like you to like, subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons, and join us at Phetasy.com. What's next in the dumpster? Shoulder injury. It does kind of aggravate the neck injury. All right. The old blowjob injury.
Oh, boy.
One time I went into my PT and I told him that I thought it was from blowjobs. And he's like, you'd be surprised at how often I hear that.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I bet in this fucking town you hear it all the time.
Costco is bringing back samples and indoor seating.
Nature is healing.
Sam sent us this text.
I am so happy.
We were like, Sam, your world is now complete.
They give you the samples in like a paper bag and you have to eat them outside. I don't think you can eat them in the store.
Oh my God.
This is so sad.
How lame.
This is how we know we're back to normal. We can eat samples at Costco and hope we don't get shot while we're there. Hell.
And then we have man protects wife from an attacking bobcat.
Okay, so this guy walked out of it. It's all on these, creepy Nest cams that everybody has monitoring their every move. And he walks out and he's like, with his coffee. And he's like, good morning, neighbor. It's like the neighbor jogs by. I mean, it's like a scene from
a movie.
Yeah, like you can't even write this. I didn't even know neighborhoods still operated like this.
Good morning.
And then suddenly this bobcat starts attacking his wife who had a cat in a little cat carrier. And he runs around and he's like, what the? And he runs over and then all of a sudden you see him with this bobcat and he just tosses it into the yard.
Oh my God, the bobcat! Oh my God!
I mean, he also kind of deserves a BD award. And the best thing, he's like, where is it? I'll shoot that.
Watch out! Oh, shoot that fucker!
You know, like, goes from like, good morning, neighbor. What, like, it was a wild and crazy 45 seconds.
It's so quintessentially American from start to finish. Like the hearty, like, good morning, neighbor, to like, I'll shoot that fucker.
I think he did end up shooting it.
Yeah.
Because it was rabid.
Yeah.
Rabid bobcats for America.
Brain my eyes. Chelsea Handler delivered some of the worst shooter takes.
All I have to say about Chelsea Handler is that she is a fucking moron. Moron! That's it.
Then we have Beyond Parody. Bridget got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and the day after, it was taken off the market.
I mean, as my sister said when I told her what happened, classic Bridget. Because I woke up Monday, and I was like, should I get it? Should I? I don't know if I should. I just was feeling, getting second thoughts. And everyone's like, do what you feel is best in your heart. And I was like, I don't know. I should just probably go deal with it and get it done, get that jab. And then I got it, and I woke up in the morning to a friend sending me a New York Times article, and I had aches. I had a bad achy day, but that was pretty much it. I never had a fever. I feel great, obviously. And so I wake up, and there's this New York Times article, and it says, Johnson & Johnson vaccine has been pulled by the FDA. And I'm like achy. I look at it, I'm like, shit, I'm going to die. And then I just like went back to sleep. I'm not terribly afraid of COVID, and I'm not terribly afraid of vaccines. What I'm afraid of is getting hit by some lady in a G-Wagon who's checking her Instagram while she runs a red light. That's the most likely thing to happen to me of all of the things that will kill me. But I'm very, like Maggie and I were talking about it, we're very Yankee about this stuff. We're like, something's going to kill us.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, and I just laugh at all these people, like my friends who I did tons of drugs with, who are like, I won't put that in my temple body.
I don't know what's in that.
I don't know what's in that. And then they're like chugging some fucking energy drink. I'm like, do you know what's in that? Because I bet it's probably as bad as whatever's in that vaccine. Everybody's crazy. And everyone's full of shit. And never forget that we're all capable of being self-righteous hypocrites. Anyway, I might still die in like 2 weeks.
We'll keep an eye on it. If Bridget really does die of a blood clot from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I want you to know I will find it personally hilarious.
Breaking Bridget. Doctors forgot to warn people with breasts that the COVID vaccine could affect their next mammogram.
People with breasts? People with breasts! This shit makes me crazy. Probably too much information personally, because I had to have a mammogram, and then I had to have another one, and then I had to have another whole thing, and I was sitting in a waiting room with a lot of other ladies in pink robes waiting to hear whether the luck of the dice rolled in the direction in which my life was about to become maybe a nightmare, and it happens all the time in this country. And I was sitting there thinking, like, this fucking pisses me off. People with breasts don't have to deal with ovarian cancer and breast cancer and all the shit that women have to deal with.
Yeah.
It makes me...
It's
people with breasts?
It's just like, it's women, okay? Like, what is wrong with that word? I just...
Yeah, if you're so fucking sensitive that you can't handle the fact that you don't have boobs, even though you want boobs, and you want everyone to pay for you to have boobs, and it triggers you, like, fuck you. Fuck you. And I'm the one who has to deal with this shit. I'm the one who has to deal with the hormones and maybe breast cancer, and it's not breast cancer, just for the record, yet. And the, like, ovarian cancer and all of the stupid things that come along with being a woman. You don't get to appropriate my identity. You hear me? No, it's just like, don't fucking erase women. I can't. Women. The internet is glorious this week. We had some good ones.
Now, if you feel any unusual symptoms, just call that number below. Otherwise, I'll see you in 3 weeks for your second dose. No need. What? I already got all 5 of them. My blood is now flowing with the power of all 5 companies. Sir, I think you need to go to a hospital.
I'm injecting him.
I am absolutely just 6.
Yeah, exactly. You're 6.
And Millie's 6. She got to go to the pub.
For her daddy's birthday party.
And did I get to go?
No.
Oh, that little girl with the...
Oh, she's so cute.
She is so funny. I mean, I feel like that's my spirit animal. Keep being creative, internet. The memes, the TikToks, all of this creativity, this is the good stuff. This is the good part of all of this. Instead of all the destructive stuff that we just covered. The destruction in our wake. We always leave with the creativity. We want you to go out and flourish and be your creative selves.
Phetasy News.
I gave a keynote. We'll call it a chat. It wasn't quite a speech. It wasn't quite speech length at the World Creativity and Innovation Week. And I opened it. I interviewed 3 hours of people, one of whom was the woman behind Eating Bugs. And I did, in fact, ask her if she knew she was part of a global conspiracy theory. And she looked at me like, no, bitch, I'm too busy trying to save the fucking world.
Exactly. Somebody who's part of a conspiracy would tell you.
It was really great. I loved it. Check it out. The video will be loaded. I'll post it when it's loaded. I had Erica Rhodes on Walk-Ins Welcome. She's hilarious and has a stand-up special out. Check her out. I was on the Unheard podcast, which was great fun.
We have speech, so hopefully we can avoid violence. Like, I feel like anyone who says that has never been punched in the face before.
Subscribe to Phetasy.com. You can now subscribe annually and get 2 months free. So get on board and join us in the sinking ship that is Phetasy.com. And the dumpster fire will burn bright for you and keep you warm. The mostly unedited version is there for your viewing pleasure, where you get to see how the sausage is made. Some people love it, and they love seeing how it ends up on the floor.
On the YouTube channel?
Like there's sausage on the floor?
What ends up on the cutting room floor? I think that's where you were going with that.
All I know is I need to go get my blowjob neck fixed. Bridget.Phetasy.com. We have all the things you could possibly want and then some. Things you didn't even know you didn't want, but you're going to get them anyway because I am your beloved cult leader. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Patron subscribers, supporters, people who watch us, people who listen to us, and
people who want to be us.
People who want to join my cult. Please spread us around like HPV. Thank you, Zenpro Audio, for the mic, you brave, brave, independent soul. Thank you, Better Phetasy, for the research and for helping me come up with these jokes in the middle of the night. That was a fun back and forth. Sam.
Thank you, Bridget.
For the conspiracies and support. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you, dogs. This has been your dumpster fire for the week of April 11th to April 16th. I am Bridget Phetasy. That'll make me rich.